Hey guys, welcome to this episode on Fractal Trading. Fractal Trading was invented by a guy named Bill Williams. There's videos on YouTube that he kind of goes through on what he does. It's a system that he made money on it. Is this system 100%? Nope. Just like anything else, nothing's 100%, but it's just another trading system that you can try to see if that will work for you. How does this fractal trading works? The system pretty much, the way it's designed is whenever there are three candles that are higher and then two candles back down, like for example, let's say you got one candle, two candles, three candles, and then it drops back down. You have like a little peak. This would be considered a fractal, and the system will mark it. So it can be either an arrow or a circle or a dot, whatever you design. It's up to you what you want to make it. And these become points of interest for you to keep an eye on, because if it breaks that, it could have a nice little run. Does it work 100%? Absolutely not. I'll show you right here like it didn't. But when it does, it really does a pretty good job on it. So it's just like anything else, a system that you have to make your own for it to work. So how does it work? For example, I didn't mean to do that. Let me switch back to this again. All right. So let's say the market's been falling for a while, and it starts to go up. Actually, let me go back one more thing here. So let's say the market's been falling, and you got a fractal marked here, that's the highest. And then it started doing lower lows, lower lows, lower lows, lower lows. And then along the way, here's, I need the other one. Here's the next dot that it shows. So I'm going to draw a line. So practically as it starts to fall and it starts falling down, if it breaks above it, it's a chance that it might want to run to the upside. In this case, it kept falling. So it didn't do what it needed to do. It's just the market's still going. So that fractal marking didn't do practically what you were hoping they would do. The market will turn around on you. So the next available one will be right there. That's the next one that it showed. So as soon as the market stops falling and it breaks out of that line, there's an opportunity the market's done going downward, and now it's time to start going back up. So does it work? It's like anything else, you want to see what the market is doing to see if you have an opportunity for a turnaround, but you need confirmation. So here's a new fractal. You got this one, and the market finally broke through. It ran from 364 up to 369. Was not a big run, and then the market came back down again, and it keeps testing this area. So you don't know the market still wants to continue to fall or not. So your next fractal will be this one, your new point of interest, because you want to know, does the market want to stay here for a while, or does it want to run? In this case, as soon as it broke above it, it came right back in there. It's like it's testing it, like it wants to go up, but it has such a strong momentum to the downside that it wants to turn around, but the market keeps pushing it down. It wants to come up, but it keeps pushing it down. So since it's dancing around this fractal line, this one does not longer become anything really solid until you start seeing all the support. Like, okay, so it might want to run. So we'll mark the next fractal because that's the next one the system gave you. So now this has become the new interest for me of trying to see if it will run. 373. So we're waiting for this, we're waiting for it, and then all of a sudden it broke through. And at 373, if we would have gotten in, even if you would have waited till 374, 375, you would have had a nice little run all the way up to 414. So when it runs, it really likes to take off. Okay? How do you know when the momentum will change? Well, as the momentum keeps going up, it keeps giving you higher fractals. So you just stay in there and keep doing what you got to do and do your safety, when you want to get out. But here's your lower fractal. Here's a lower fractal right there. That is the very first low fractal that it showed. So this will be your point of interest. Might be time to getting out of there. So money is coming up, it's doing its thing. Fractal came back up, broke through the fractal. It's supporting that, it's staying underneath it. It's time to belt because now the market's going to fall, and down it went. So now you're looking, when is this thing It's going to keep falling. Well, it stayed there and then it kept running. Okay. Now, I want to show you something else that the fractal does. There's more to this. You just need more time to let me clean this up. Clear drawings. So let's say you mark this fractal from here, and you got, we'll go to this one. But that is where you're looking for the turnaround to come up. But let's say, for example, you're, for whatever your reasons are, you don't see it correctly, and you turn around and you say, well, no, I don't think this is the right one down here. I want to make it this one right over here instead. For whatever reason, you came up with a conclusion that that would be the one that you want to go to. Well, when you keep pushing away from the closest, like this is a 1 hour chart, you want to be on the first one. In this case, it kept falling, so you're waiting for your next one. So that should be your next fractal for the 1 hour chart that the momentum will change. If you decide to move it farther away and not stay where it was, you just caused it to be on a different time frame. So let's say you go from 1 hour to a 4 hours. You just went into a 4 hour time frame, giving you more time before the market, before you got into the market. Okay, so you got to be careful what time frame you're trading in, because you can accidentally, even though you're on the 1 hour. Okay, where did it go? There it is. This is not a 1 hour trading, this is a 4 hour trading, because you went too far out. On the 1 hour trading, it would be way down here. You're waiting to see if it will break this downtrend before you got in. Make sense? So it's, you have to be careful not to break away from whatever time frame you're in and whatever your trading system is. Okay, so always stay with the closest one. This would have been the very first one right there. Once it broke above and kept going down, that became useless. So then you're waiting for another fractal. That became your next fractal. There. Now you're waiting to see if it will break. Does it break? Okay. Now it comes, you need confirmation. It's still dancing, it's supporting. So this one became no longer valid. Now you need this one up here. You need to break out of there because it's staying within a range. And then it broke. And that's where you start making your money. So this gives you an idea on how fractal trading is. It's a pretty good system. I like it. You can combine it with other things. I combine it with my moving averages and Ichimoku. Hopefully this will help you guys out on trading. I'll see you guys in the trading room.